Welcome to the Blood and Spirit Ministries with your host, O.G. Benjamin. Music now streaming on all digital platforms. Now, let's get holy.
Welcome back to another video with your boy OG Benjamin, aka BSM Benji. And on today's video, we're going to talk about a pretty touchy subject. Is smoking a sin? Is it sinful? Is it okay? Is it whatever? I don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. All right. So, and this is my opinion, right? This is my opinion right here. So, I've heard people say, they've read scriptures to where God said, he's given men all herb on the planet, for food or meat, right? Okay. And I've heard another person say, well, since you said, he gave it for meat, can we put it in food? Can you? Should you? Here's the thing. God said, be sober-minded. So that means don't be gone. Don't be on cloud nine, right? Now, some people argue as well about the medical benefits, right? But what you fail to realize, for those of you who are on the medical benefit side, right? We're not downplaying the medical benefits of it, the CBD side of it, right? The oils and so forth, but that part that messes with your mind, that sends you up there, that's the part that God said you shouldn't have no parts with, right? The medical side, yeah, go rub a little oil on yourself, go do this, go do that, whatever, but don't smoke, right? Now, everybody's always talking about this reason and that reason and that reason, but my thing is this: I haven't heard anyone speak on the spiritual aspect of smoking, right? Now, I'll tell you my story, right? Now, I was smoking since about, I don't know, maybe 2004, 2005, right? And I've even smoked with like some heavy hitters, not to, toot my own horn or nothing, but I smoked with some of the Marley brothers, right? Through my homeboys, because they're family and whatnot. Whatever, right? So I've been smoking, doing my thing, whatever. But, so let's say one day in 2017, God said to me, boy, stop smoking. I'm like, yeah, I'll stop smoking one day, right? But then again, he's like, stop smoking. I'm like, so I was like, okay. But I didn't stop smoking. I kept smoking, right? So one morning now, I'm smoking with one of my brothers, and I just get up to leave the room, and as soon as my head touched my pillow, I felt something weird, like in the spirit, like over my head. Like I felt something weird, and instantly, all of a sudden, I couldn't breathe. All of a sudden, like, I was kind of almost at death's door. You feel me? So what happened was, at that moment, I became filled with the spirit of anxiety and the spirit of panic attacks and the spirit of worry, right? So what am I saying? I'm saying, from the spiritual perspective, you're opening doors, right? You're opening doors, and you're letting in all sorts of things. And in the story where Jesus told of the man who had the demon cast out of him, and the demon went to the dry places, and when it couldn't find any rest, because demons get tired, when it couldn't find any rest, it said, I will go back to my home. Yes, demons see humans as their homes, So So it went back to its home, and what happened? So it said, well, he kind of kicked that habit, right? So I'm gonna find another way to get in there. So he went and got like a few more demons that were, above him in power, and got back into the individual, right? So so basically that's what started to happen to me, right? Smoked again. Then came the panic attacks, the worries, and all that stuff. It came right back. It came right back, right? And no matter what I did, it didn't go anywhere. It stayed with me, And at that time, I wasn't saved. I wasn't baptized, right? I wasn't, in the word or anything like that. So, I would just try to like, oh, you're okay, go away, stop, it's okay, None of that helped. It ended up costing me, I don't know, $2,000, $3,000 or $4,000 because I had to go to the hospital, to which they could find nothing, right? When demons are attacking you and you go get it checked out medically, they find nothing because it's a spiritual attack, right? It's not anything physical. It's in the spiritual realm, and they can't see in there yet, right? The technology is just not there yet, right? So, yeah, like, I was oppressed for so long, right? And then one day, like, God said, I told you to stop smoking, but you wouldn't listen. Now, this is what happened. That's what he was trying to keep me from, honestly. And some may say, oh, well, you were probably smoking that za. Bro, remember who I told you I was smoking with since 2004, okay? So that's not that's not the case. That wasn't the case, right? So, from the spiritual perspective, from my perspective, it is wrong, right? Because it opens spiritual doors. And it is also wrong, right? Because if you look into the word, you're going to find the word pharmakia, which means, like the pharmaceutical junk, right? Which means the stuff that messes with your mind, and God doesn't want anything to mess with your mind, because that's why he said, be sober-minded, right? Be sober-minded. Yeah, y'all gotta think about it as well from the spiritual perspective. It's not just about the spirit, the physical perspective. Think about the spiritual as well. Just because you don't see a thing right now, right? Just because you don't see it right now, you'll probably see it down the road. Something will happen in your life down the road spiritually that you cannot explain. That a doctor may say, oh, snap, like, ain't nothing wrong with you, bro. It's just your mind, bro. You just, okay, doc, whatever, right? God is my physician. Christ is my physician. The Holy Spirit is my physician, and told me, bro, like, cut that out. Cut that out, right? So, it's been honestly probably almost 3 years, 3 or 4 years, going on 3 or 4 years now that I haven't smoked, and I haven't, like, God is so good. Like, there wasn't any, withdrawal symptoms. There wasn't any, just anything. I just stopped, I just cut it out. And, I know for some people it's hard. It's not easy to just quit, but man, let me tell you, God is amazing. You hear me? God is amazing. Right? So, and before I go, let me just tell you, it is addictive. It is addictive. Don't let anyone tell you, oh, you can't get addicted to weed. That's not true. It is very addictive. It will have you doing some crackhead junk. I promise you that. If you stop smoking and then you evaluate your life, the things you did, to sometimes get the money to go and get maybe a dime bag or a nick bag or whatever, you'll realize, oh snap, I was a little crackheaded. I was acting a little weird, know what I'm saying? So that is my take on it. Is weed a sin? Is it? Yeah, so basically, yes, anything that takes you away from God and from Jesus and the Holy Spirit and your word is a sin, is an idol. Prove me wrong.